Marianne Williamson. Marianne Deborah Williamson is an American author, lecturer and activist. She has written 13 books, including 4 New York Times #1 bestsellers in the advice, how-to and miscellaneous category. She is the founder of Project Angel Food, a volunteer food delivery program that serves homebound people with HIV, AIDS and other life-threatening illnesses. She is also the co-founder of the Peace Alliance, a nonprofit grassroots education and advocacy organization supporting peace-building projects. In 2014, as an independent, Williamson ran unsuccessfully to represent California's 33rd congressional district in the United States House of Representatives. On January 29, 2019, she announced her campaign to seek the Democratic nomination for the 2020 United States presidential election. Early life and education. Williamson was born in Houston, Texas, in 1952. She is the youngest of 3 children of Samuel Sam Williamson, an immigration lawyer, and Sophie Ann, a homemaker. Her family is Jewish, and she was raised in conservative Judaism. Her father's original surname was Vishnevetsky. After graduating from the Houston ISD's Bel Air High School, Williamson spent 2 years studying theater and philosophy at Pomona College in Claremont, California. Writing and speaking career. Williamson dropped out of college her junior year in 1973 and moved to New York City, intending to pursue a career as a cabaret singer. In 1979, after delving into A Course in Miracles, she returned to Houston, where she ran a combination metaphysical bookstore and coffee shop. In 1983, Williamson moved to Los Angeles. She began regularly lecturing on A Course in Miracles in Los Angeles and New York City, and eventually in other cities in the US and Europe. Williamson said that reading the book was her path out of hell, as she had been mired in a series of unhappy love affairs, alcohol and drug abuse, a nervous breakdown, and endless sessions with therapists, according to a 1992 Skeptical Inquirer article. The piece also reported on Williamson's professed fringe beliefs, including that the voice described in A Course in Miracles came from Jesus, that nothing occurs outside our minds, and that sickness is an illusion and does not actually exist. The course is said to have been channeled over 7 years by Helen Schucman, an emotionally tortured psychologist, according to the Los Angeles Times. Williamson has stated that it contains no holes, and that by consulting the course every problem can be solved. Books. Williamson has written 13 books, 7 of which have been on the New York Times bestseller list, with 4 of them reaching #1. More than 3 million copies have been sold. A Return to Love, Reflections on the Principles of A Course in Miracles. She published her first book, A Return to Love, Reflections on the Principles of A Course in Miracles, in 1992. It remained on the New York Times bestseller list for 39 weeks in the advice, how-to and miscellaneous category. Oprah Winfrey bought 1,000 copies and encouraged her audience to purchase the book, telling them that after reading it, she experienced 157 miracles. Healing the Soul of America. Williamson published Healing the Soul of America and began more robust political engagement. In this book she laid out plans to transform the American political consciousness and encourage powerful citizen involvement to heal our society. Patricia Holt of the San Francisco Chronicle called it a huge and wondrous surprise. The healing of America somehow makes us proud to be Americans, because every hope for democracy seems newly within our grasp. In 2018, Williamson published a 20th anniversary revised edition of Healing the Soul of America. Television and media appearances. Williamson has guested on television programs such as The Oprah Winfrey Show, Good Morning America, and Real Time with Bill Maher. In December 2006, a Newsweek magazine poll named her one of the 50 most influential baby boomers. Activism. HIV/AIDS advocacy centers for living. In response to the HIV/AIDS crises in the 1980s, Williamson and Louise Hay co-founded the Los Angeles and Manhattan Centers for Living, which served as a refuge and non-medical support for people with HIV/AIDS where they could connect with psychological and emotional resources, as well as community support. She said of that time, "There was so much love, because there was nothing to hold onto but love." The organization was hampered by conflict between staff and the board over Williamson's leadership and explosive temper. Project Angel Food. In 1989, Williamson launched Project Angel Food to develop the work of the Centers for Living. Originally launched to support HIV/AIDS patients, Project Angel Food expanded its outreach. And now cooks and delivers more than 12,000 meals each week, free of charge, to the homes of men, women and children affected by various life-threatening illnesses. The organization's food and nutrition services, including medically tailored meals and nutritional counseling, help people in Los Angeles County who are too sick to shop or cook for themselves. In 2017, Project Angel Food served its 11 millionth meal. Women's advocacy Williamson has worked on behalf of women's empowerment issues for decades. In 1993 she published her #1 New York Times bestseller A Woman's Worth. Publishers Weekly said of the book, Williamson gives sound, empowering advice on relationships, work, love, sex and childrearing. In 2010 she launched a series of Sister Giant conferences and events to support people, particularly women, who want to increase their efficacy as activists and/or run for office. Of the initiative she has said, I want to be a cheerleader for women who have never even considered running for office or being involved in a campaign, but who in the quietness of their hearts might think, why not me? The events have focused on how to better address many social issues, including child poverty, low levels of female representation in office, campaign finance reform, and high incarceration levels. Peace building In 2004 she co-founded the Peace Alliance, a nonprofit grassroots education and advocacy organization focused on increasing U.S. governmental support of peace-building approaches to domestic and international conflicts. She has said of the need for this work, you don't just wait until there is a violent eruption and then just try to throw people in jail, or just wait until there is a violent eruption and then try to bomb an entire country. There's just a limit past which this is not workable. Rather, you proactively seek to cultivate the conditions of peace, so we can have a much more sophisticated analysis of what it will take to create a more peaceful world. Poverty alleviation For many years Williamson was a member of the board of directors and remains a public supporter of Results, an organization aiming to create the political will to end hunger and poverty around the world. It lobbies public officials, does research, and works with the media and the public to address the causes of poverty. Results has 100 U.S. local chapters and works in 6 other countries. Love America Tour Starting in the winter of 2018, she began touring the United States as part of her Love America Tour, discussing how she believes a revolution in consciousness paves the way to both personal and national renewal. Of the tour she said, our own disconnection from the political process, lack of knowledge of how our system operates, lack of understanding of our history, and confusion about many of the issues that confront us now, have led in too many cases to a dangerous emotional disconnection between our country and ourselves. Political career 2014 U.S. House of Representatives campaign In 2014 Williamson ran, as an independent, for the seat of California's 33rd Congressional District in the United States House of Representatives elections. Regarding her motivation for running, she has said, America has gone off the democratic rails. A toxic brew of shrinking civil liberties and expanded corporate influence are poisoning our democracy. Her core message was that humanitarian values should replace economic values as the ordering principle of our civilization. Prominent elected and public officials endorsed her campaign, including former governors Jennifer Granholm and Jesse Ventura, former representatives Dennis Kucinich and Alan Grayson, and Van Jones, among others. Alanis Morissette wrote and performed Williamson's campaign song, Today. She campaigned on a broad array of progressive issues, including, greater access to high-quality education and free college, child poverty, economic justice, climate change and renewable energy, campaign finance reform, universal health care, criminal justice reform, ending perpetual war and increasing investments in peacebuilding, women's reproductive rights, and LGBTQ equality among others. She finished 4th out of 16 candidates, with 14,335 votes for 13.2% of the vote. Williamson said of the process and its outcome, this conversation of a politics of conscience, a politics of the heart, is much bigger than any one woman winning a congressional seat. And if that woman loses, the conversation goes on. My losing the congressional seat is small, what's big is the larger conversation, you impact the ethers, and that energy goes somewhere. 2020 presidential campaign. On November 15, 2018, Williamson announced the formation of a presidential exploratory committee in a video in which she said that there was a miracle in this country in 1776 and we need another one, that would require a co-creative effort, an effort of love and a gift of love, to our country and hopefully to our world. Visiting New Hampshire in early January, she said that she received enough positive energy to make me feel I should take the next step, and subsequently hired Brent Rosk to lead her operation in Iowa. Rosk, a film producer who also contested the same 2014 primary for the seat now represented by Ted Lieu, maintained a wide network of connections in Iowa due in part to his previous involvement in the state, working on a political television show about the 2016 caucuses. In response to the Iowa Democratic Party's proposed creation of virtual caucuses in the 2020 race, Williamson's campaign announced that it would appoint 99 virtual Iowa caucus captains to turn out supporters in both the virtual and in-person caucuses. Williamson officially launched her presidential campaign in Los Angeles on January 28, 2019, in front of an audience of 2,000 attendees, and appointed Maurice Daniel, who served alongside Donna Brazile in Dick Gephardt's campaign for the Democratic nomination in 1988, as her national campaign manager, with her campaign committee. Marianne Williamson for president, officially filed on February 4. Following her Los Angeles announcement, she held her Iowa kickoff in Des Moines on January 31. On February 16, in addition to scheduling another trip to New Hampshire, Williamson's campaign announced the appointment of former Congressman Paul Hodes, who represented New Hampshire's 2nd Congressional District from 2007 to 2011, as New Hampshire State Director and Senior Campaign Advisor. Former Georgia State Assemblywoman Gloria Bromell-Tanubu, who returned to South Carolina in 2011 to run for Congress in the state's 7th district and later joined Phil Noble's bid for governor in 2018 as his running mate, served as South Carolina State Director and National Senior Advisor to the Williamson campaign, but later ceased working with the campaign. On May 9, Williamson's campaign announced that she had received enough contributions from unique donors to enter the official primary debates, having raised $1.5 million in the first quarter of 2019, during which the campaign received donations from 46,663 unique individuals. She subsequently met the polling criteria, with 3 unique polls at 1% from qualifying pollsters, on May 23. In June, Williamson confirmed that she moved to Des Moines, Iowa in advance of the 2020 caucuses. After a June debate among Democratic presidential hopefuls, the Los Angeles Times wrote that Democratic voters were confused and transfixed by Williamson. During the debate, Williamson declared that her first action as president would be to call New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern and say, "Girl, you are so on," a reference to Ardern's emphasis on building a country that treats its children well. After her appearance in the second Democratic debate, which took place July 30 in Detroit, Michigan, Williamson was the most frequently Googled candidate in 49 of 50 states and received the 4th most attention on Twitter. The spike in searches was prompted by her reference to the Flint water crisis and her assertion that the United States is experiencing a dark psychic force of the collectivized hatred that is bringing up political views. Williamson describes herself as a pretty straight-line progressive Democrat, supporting an increase of the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour, reducing income inequality, addressing climate change, and tackling student loan debt. She backs up Medicare for All model, deferred action for childhood arrivals and a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. Without a serious criminal background, and says that the U.S. needs to be an honest broker in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. She ranks climate change as the greatest moral challenge of our generation, and backs the Green New Deal. She has called for the establishment of a Department of Peace to expand global diplomacy, mediation, and educational and economic development. She also voices support for stricter gun control, criminal justice reform, improving public education, free college tuition, and raising the top marginal tax rate to a point where high earners pay their fair share of taxes. She describes her policies as a renovation of a sociopathic economic system focused on short-term profit maximization. She has described mandatory vaccinations as Orwellian, stating, "To me, it's no different than the abortion debate." She later stated that she misspoke, and "I support vaccines. Public safety must be carefully balanced with the right of individuals to make their own decisions." According to the Los Angeles Times, she has a history of skeptical comments about vaccinations. Her signature campaign promise is a call for $100 billion in reparations for slavery to be distributed over 10 years by a group of black leaders for selected economic and education projects, and later suggested distributing $200 to $500 billion on the Breakfast Club, a sum far greater than any other primary contender's support. In doing so, Williamson became the only candidate in the Democratic field to submit a detailed plan for reparations for Black Americans, though fellow Democratic presidential candidates Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris later pledged support for reparations in late February 2019, and Mike Gravel has also expressed his support for a national reparations trust fund. Personal life: Williamson was briefly married. In 1990, she gave birth to a daughter, India Emma. Bibliography.